Zlatan Ibrahimovic has reemerged as a serious contender, as a lethal striker, not only in just Italy, but in the world. And Mina, you've had him play for your club. I got you something where he signed, I
You
just bought it
did.
from the store, but it was a cool little memento of a great player who's played for your club. I actually have, you can kind of see it in the far corner over here of the screen.
Yeah.
That one right there
The
is an
PSG one, yeah.
Ibrahimovic PSG jersey. And he's reemerged as a pretty serious, player, right? Like, who knew at 39?
Yeah, I've got his jersey as well. And I think Zlatan does those things just so that people can say that, right?
Right.
He's like, I honestly think he's been directing this and he probably scripted the last 5 years of his career because it's so Zlatan to rip his ACL on purpose, go to the US so that people can say that he's done, and then come back and do it again. That would be such a Zlatan move. He's like,
Yeah,
I,
it really
I'm.
is.
It's like the whole the bell doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you.
Right.
The MLS doesn't end with my career. I end my career when I wanted
Yeah.
it.
He just wanted to do that so he could tweet at 35. This is just the beginning. Like,
Yeah, this
dude,
is just the
you're
beginning. Aging
35.
backwards.
No, it isn't. And then he's like, back to Serie
Wouldn't be
A.
surprised if he goes back to the MLS
Yeah, literally, just
at
tear it
47.
up in a different team. No, if
Yeah,
he goes back to Barca after, well, I mean, Barca are terrible, right? Like we can talk about Barca a
probably
little
need
bit
him.
later in the show. Yeah, why not, bro? They need a striker anyway.
They
God, get
sold the
Griezmann
striker
the
and
hell out of
didn't
there.
have one. So
But so, can you tell me a little bit? I mean, and you've had him for your club. We've all been watching him play for a long, long time. What makes Zlatan? It's going to sound so stupid. What a rhetorical question.
yeah,
What makes Zlatan so great that at 39, his playing style hasn't been affected by his age?
he's absolutely infectious. And you saw that. When he came in, it was him and Mourinho. Those are the two most infectious personalities, whether you like them or not. You're either going to stay where they are or you're going to absolutely buy into everything they're saying, right? And his work rate is incredible. He ended up buying PS5s for his team. And I think if that doesn't get you moving, nothing will.
I mean, God forbid he leave
Meanwhile,
any for the
everyone
rest
here
of us,
can't say
though,
it. Yeah,
right?
literally. And his mentality, his whole siege thing is you think it's an act, but it's actually him. And you really want to be around someone like that.
Yeah, it's just
And it's just
funny.
the confidence rubs off on everyone else. His chemistry is there. If he doesn't like how you're working in training, he's going to pin you up against the wall, hold up scissors to your neck. Both things happened in the past.
Crazy.
And it will probably taekwondo kick the crap out of you, right? So
Yeah.
he's so physically strong, and I think people talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's physique, which is immense. But having the MMA background that Zlatan does, the flexibility is obviously there, and flexibility is one of the most important ways to prevent injury.
Yeah.
And you can do it either the Ryan Giggs way, where you do yoga at 35, or you can do it the Zlatan way, where you're coming from an MMA background and you're
Yeah.
already super flexible.
Or at
And
the very least, maybe not MMA, but just for karate, like the dexterity
yeah,
of his hips is incredible, and he's not going to seize up due to injury. He's not going
and
to be
when he
injuring
does get an
himself.
ACL tear, it's gonna heal back up pretty quickly, right? So, which is what happened. I think he walked off the pitch when he ripped his ACL, and now
He just went out like, damn it. So annoying. Like,
not
not in
again.
pain, just like, stupid ACL. You thought that this would end me, you fool.
Yeah, for MMA fans, I think the closest thing that I could draw to is Yoel Romero's eye muscles, where his doctor said this guy has the strongest eye muscles I've ever seen in my life, and I think something similar was said about Zlatan's knees. So
Zlatan's tendons in his knees are the ropes that they use to reel in yachts. Just
yeah,
that's what the
he does
tendons in
have
his knees
Viking
are.
background though, so that probably does make sense.
No kidding. And really, like, on a more serious note here, I think that when you have, we talked about it earlier in the show, especially during the Tottenham segment, but having a serial winner in a team that desperately needs a leader is key. Because if you bring in someone who's a leader but doesn't have the winning mentality, I think you lose some of what it could be. And the resurgence of AC Milan being led by not only their former player, but the charismatic enigma of Zlatan Ibrahimovic saying, you guys were okay with being subpar and letting Milan be a team that was just playing in the Serie A. I'm not
Yeah,
here to play for a team that is only interested in playing around. Because if I wanted to do that, I could go back to the MLS. the stakes are higher here. I want to be playing at the San Siro. I want to be telling Ronaldo, F you, you think you're good because you're playing for Juve. I'm going to lead this Milan side to the top, right? And I think when he brings that fire and that energy to the team, especially of the very, very talented young guns that they have, right? Like Rafael Leao, who's Portuguese, by the way, right? And bringing him in and telling him, yo, let me show you the ropes here, right? This is how you make defenses fear you, right? Or Ismail Benassar and say, yo, you're a hell of a player. Let me show you how we do it, right? Like, let me show you what it's like to feed a good striker so that you can expect this from your teammates when I'm not here, because this is the system that you guys have to be playing. It's a proper player coach, right?
It's absolutely is. It sounds like The Last Dance, you know, just
Yeah.
the guy coming back to win everything, and it's so far it's been working out. And probably grabbed Hakan Çalhanoğlu by the neck and told him, "Listen, man, if you don't give me the ball, I will kill you." So,
Yeah, literally, I will kill you.
kill
Exactly.
you. Yeah,
It's excuse me. It's been actually pretty incredible to see AC Milan becoming AC Milan again, where it's like, oh, and I have, you can see it over here, just at a frame, the
yeah,
Kaká
right
AC
there.
Milan jersey right there. It's cool, that I'll always have a way to segue it to my wall. No matter what we say on the show, I'll find a way to segue it to something related
Exactly.
to my wall. It's been meticulously thought out. Every word that I say and every jersey that I've acquired for that exact reason.
Perfectly scripted, just like Zlatan. Yeah.
Exactly. Nonetheless, we'll wrap on this as it relates to Zlatan and AC Milan. Do you think that AC Milan can seriously contend for the Serie A this year, being led by, and in any other circumstance, say a 39-year-old, probably not, but the Serie A is not necessarily as high press and intense for in terms of running and the physicality that maybe something like the Prem is. So maybe Zlatan, and dare I even say this, couldn't necessarily go get it in the Premier League anymore, but in a more laid-back league where he can be the center of attention on the team and show them how to win and be the guy who's finishing the plays. How high is Milan's ceiling this year?
I think they're serious contenders for top three. I don't know how. I don't know when this Juventus team will kick in, but you're looking at a team led by Andrea Pirlo, very, very inexperienced manager. And the Milan
Yeah.
clubs, I think, have a better chance at doing something. You know, we saw Inter Milan were off by, I don't know, like 1 point last season. So if they can push on and improve a lot more, then yeah, and with the addition of Ashraf Hakimi as well. So I think the resurgence of the Milan club is refreshing. It gives me hope as a United fan, and as you know, being liking Barcelona as well, seeing that Giants can rise again. But yeah, as long as AC Milan can stay fit, I see them going the distance. Maybe missing out just based on pure winning experience that's been driven hard into this Juventus team just becomes habit, and when winning becomes habit, it's very difficult to break.